Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and we're going to take a look at some of the ticker symbols in play today. Okay, first up we're going to take a look at MNKD. This is a chart that we posted a few days ago, and as you can see here, we were looking for a break above the closing price on the 22nd, and that did happen today. And we are also looking for a close above the 50-day simple moving average, which is the green line here, and that happened today as well. So this is the third close above the 50-day simple moving average in the last couple of weeks. There was a close here and a close here. So now we would like to see that level turn into support. We want to see a bullish change in trend and another white candle form tomorrow above that level. As you can see, the last two times that there were closes above the 50-day simple moving average, red candles formed. So yeah, we're keeping an eye out for a bullish change in trend. As long as candles stay above the 50-day simple moving average, there should be more upside potential. And the uptrend should continue as long as this middle Bollinger Band holds. Now that the 50's been broken, we really want to see this head to the next level. If you look up here at RSI and Fasto, you'll see that they're both in the 50. They're both in the bull zone, and they're both in the 50s. 57 on RSI, 57 on Fasto, which is good. That shows that they each have more room to run until overbought levels. So this could keep moving. If you look here, we can pull it out a little bit further, and you can see that this downtrend is breaking. There's this downtrending channel, and on this candle here on the 10th, it broke the top of this ascending resistance line, and then it broke again on the 22nd. And these were breaks above the 50-day simple moving average as well. And then notice how this level has turned into support. The next four candles in a row have closed above the previous top of this descending resistance line. And so that's a big signal that there's more upside potential. Notice there was this very strong downtrend. Candles were forming below the dotted purple line, which is the middle Bollinger Band, which is also the 20-day simple moving average. And then there was a close above here on the 9th. Candles have been staying above the entire time. This is a signal that a new uptrend is starting. So the key level to break now is going to be this closing price on the 10th. We want to see a close above that level. It's going to have to push through this upper Bollinger Band. This is this 157, 160 spot level. And if it can get above that, then we're talking about possibly a run up to 190 and maybe hitting our next simple moving average target, which would be the 100-day simple moving average at 206. So yeah, so the chart's looking good here. There's a nice uptrend that's starting. If you look out even further, you can see here that MNKD started the year up here in the threes. It ended in December up here in the fours, and then right here in February, this big downtrend started, and you can see here this big break above this big change in trend, and so this is signaling that there's more upside potential as long as middle Bollinger Band support holds. This should continue. Another factor that's signaling more upside potential is all this volume. There's really big volume down here at the bottom, so it looks like big players have loaded for higher levels. So if it can break up here, if it really gets moving and it gets above the 100, we always look at the 200. You can see the 100-day simple moving average is lined up with this 210 support level from back here in November. So that's going to be a big resistance level to break. And if it does get above that, then you're looking at the 200-day simple moving average at 266. First things first, it's got to get above 160. We're just looking for the uptrend to continue. So far, this has been a good move here. It just takes patience. Yesterday's candle was a setup candle, and today it was the follow through. So yeah, so there you go. There's MNKD. We're going to look for that to continue. Okay, let's look at CYTR. Okay, there was a nice gap fill today. Notice there was a gap here on this daily chart. The top of the gap was the bottom of this wick, and the bottom of the gap is the top of the wick here on the April 28th candle. And then today, if you notice this candle here broke through the bottom of the gap, which is this red line here, which is always a tough level to break, and it ran all the way to the top of the gap and broke it temporarily intraday. And so that was a big move, and we were looking for a close above the top of the gap to signal more upside potential, and that failed to happen. many times hitting, as you can see here, this was a chart that was posted earlier today, many times filling a gap is a climax. And so, there was, the candle did close above the upper Bollinger Band, so it could pull back and test the bottom of the gap level, which is lined up with the EMA4 before pushing to the next level. But with a nice volume bar and the other technicals heating up, after holding this middle Bollinger Band support level, it looks like it wants to push higher. It has to bust through 61 resistance. That's the big level in the chart right now. If it stalls out at 61 tomorrow, you'll know it's not quite ready, and you could see a potential reload off of 55. The middle Bollinger Band has been the big support level down here at 50, and that's lined up with the 50-day simple moving average, which is also, if you look right here, it is pinched with the 200-day simple moving average, which is the red line, and it's getting ready to cross over. It's starting to cross, and so that's the golden cross. So that's the big signal that the chart is really heating up. So keep an eye on CYTR. We're looking for potential follow through tomorrow. We like the bullish crossovers on MACD on both time frames. There was a PSAR bull flip today. This is the first PSAR bull flip since the big drop. So that's another signal of change in trend. A new uptrend started on this candle here on the 22nd when there was a close above the middle Bollinger Band. That level has held for 4 candles in a row. There's been 4 closes above the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 49. As long as that level holds, the uptrend should continue. You've got plus DI breaking out. You've got a bull cross on Fasto. It is breaking into 80. We'll see if it can head higher in the overbought power zone. RSI looks good at 61. It's not overbought until 70. And if you look back here when CYTR made this big run back in April, it did head higher above 70 on RSI, so that's a signal that there is more juice in the tank to push higher. Keep an eye on the 15-minute chart tomorrow. As you can see, it had this really nice morning run, and then it consolidated between 64 and 59. You don't want to see a break below 59. If there's a break above 64, that's going to signal a break out higher. It did channel in between 61 and 59 into the close, holding the middle Bollinger Band, so the chart was still strong. If it needs to bust 61 obviously first, and then 64 is the next big level. Yeah, so keep an eye on CYTR tomorrow. We're looking for potential follow through. As you can see, there's this ascending triangle. Either if support breaks, you could see a big drop, and it could come down to this 50 simple moving average at 55. If support holds, you could see a breakout higher above 64. Okay, so keep an eye on CYTR. And another stock that we've been posting technical analysis on and we've been following is VNCE. It's really heated up here. We were looking for a close above the middle Bollinger Band, and that finally happened today on this candle. There was also a close above high close horizontal resistance here on the 23rd. So this was a really nice move by VNCE. If it can stay above the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 47, then a new uptrend should begin. If there's a break below 47, it will be a risk to hold. So there'll be upside potential as long as it stays above that middle Bollinger Band level. If it breaks below, you could see further consolidation. There is also an unfilled gap on the chart, so you can see this wick came down, but it didn't quite fill that. So if it drops back below the middle Bollinger Band, the gap fill becomes a target. You can see the bottom of the gap is right here on the wick of this candle. So yeah, and this is the top of the gap. Okay, so keep an eye on this. The next target's up here at the upper Bollinger Band, currently at 84, and just above that is the dollar level, the 50-day simple moving average. That will be the eventual big target if the middle Bollinger Band can turn it into support. So look for this zone up here to possibly be tested if this uptrend continues. If you look at the VNCE 15-minute chart, you'll see here that it's got this nice uptrend going. It was broke down here into the close yesterday, but today it got going again, and then it formed this nice bull flag. Notice that there was big volume came in. It started really heating up around 215, and then it held support. It held this 59, and this looks like a nice bull flag pattern. And so we're looking for a break above that level. You can see here the 61, and then it could possibly get back into this previous channel heading higher. It does have a good uptrend going above the middle Bollinger Band, above the 50 simple moving average. The close was above EMA 4 today, so that's super strong. This big white candle here closed well above the upper Bollinger Band, so the candles just worked back into the bands, and they did not break support. So there was nice strong support on level 2 into the close. So it looks like as long as 59 holds, this should push higher. If 59 breaks, you could see a drop down to 55 to test this middle Bollinger Band. Okay, and then I'm not sure if you were aware, but MGTI is back. MGT Capital. They've gotten, I guess they've been in the Bitcoin game in the past. I don't know the whole story, but apparently it's running right now on Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin rally. It closed up 48% today. This is the McCafferty. They used to be like the cybersecurity company. They might still be. I don't know the whole story. It was just the chart caught our eye, and there was this breakout today. If you look here, there was this long downtrend, this consolidation, and then today there's a break above the descending resistance line, and there was a break back above the 50-day simple moving average at 75. So it's got a nice uptrend going. It did close well below or well above the upper Bollinger Band. So if the candles do work back into the bands, look for a potential reload off of 83. Off of 100-day simple moving average support, currently at 83. You'd like to see that level hold. That needs to hold. If you look back here on a previous run, it broke above the 100 and it failed to hold that level and it pulled back. And so today, this is the big close above the 100 again, the first time since back here. So if there's another red candle tomorrow and it pulls back and it closes below, you could see a continuation of this previous downtrend. Notice there is an unfilled gap now between these two candles. That is always a red flag. They might try to fill that gap. If the uptrend continues, then the next big target is going to be up here at the 200-day simple moving average, and just above is the 300 at 161. So there's no telling how far they want to take this. Keep an eye on it. This is the 15-minute chart. It did consolidate after there was some big volume at the open today. It heated up at the open and then it traded sideways, and basically it bounced off the bottom of the channel at 94, and the top of the channel here is at about 109, and it closed right in the middle at 104. It did hold the middle Bollinger Band, so the chart was still bullish into the close in the 15-minute chart. Bulls want to see a break above 109. If it can break above 109, that should be the signal it's ready to keep running higher. If it fails to hold this middle Bollinger Band, it drops below $1 tomorrow, that's going to be a big red flag. Once they get back below $1, that's usually a bad sign. You want, once you break the dollar land level, you'd like to see that be the big support level and the push higher from there. Notice it is trading above all the moving averages on the 15-minute chart. That is very bullish. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.